Traditional strategic planning systems developed decades ago have not improved to match today's rapidly changing, results-driven workplace. They're too complicated and do not reliably, if ever, produce the required outcomes leaders like you are accountable for. And in this video, I'm going to share with you an easy to implement 3-step strategic planning system in just 5 minutes that you can use to quickly and reliably achieve the results you're accountable for, regardless of your industry or position within your organization. Hi, I'm Dave Herwood, and welcome to Strategy Execution Pro, where I share award-winning systems to help leaders like you quickly achieve the results they're accountable for, and to achieve weekly best practices to help you become a more confident and successful leader. Then please click the subscribe and like button. You're going to want to stay to the end of the video where I share a bonus best practice, how to download a one-page strategic planning template to identify, document, and track your progress towards achieving the results you're accountable for. For the past 30 years, I've helped hundreds and hundreds of leaders from all industries successfully develop and execute a strategic plan using our 3-step Strategy Execution Pro system. Now, step 1, strategy development, is where you're going to create this one-page strategy scorecard used to document in writing exactly what you and your team are accountable for achieving in a simple method to track your progress. Across the top are 7 columns. The first column is where you'll document your strategic goals. In the template that you can download, I filled in for you the foundational pillars all successful strategic plans include. And that's a balanced set of 4 strategic goals: a finance, a workforce, an operations, and a customer strategic goal. All this is to ensure that you have a 360-degree view to assess your overall health of the areas that you're responsible for leading. Next, begin filling in the second column, strategic objectives. Starting at the top with your customer strategic goal, you can identify 2 to 4 strategic objectives. In other words, what must you increase or decrease relative to the customers you serve? Now, your strategic objectives should be written as only 2 or 3 word statements. You begin with a verb, either increase or decrease, and then followed by a noun. You're going to follow the same process for your operations, workforce, and finance strategic goals by identifying 2 to 4 strategic objectives for each. So in other words, what must you increase or decrease relative to each to make a positive impact to the strategic objectives above? Again, use only 2 or 3 word statements. Begin with a verb, either increase or decrease, followed by a noun. If you'd like to learn more how to identify and order your strategic goals and objectives to create a flywheel effect that's going to enable you to improve performance you're accountable for faster and faster, then please watch this video next, where I walk you through a simple step-by-step process and share industry-specific examples. A link to the video is in the description section below. With your strategic goals and objectives identified, next is to identify 2 to 4 key performance measures aligned to each strategic objective. Now, the measures you select should be a balance of both leading and lagging measures. So as a reminder, lagging measures are the outcomes you desire for each strategic objective, and the leading measures should be predictive measures, what must be done well to achieve the lagging outcome performance measures. The next columns are placeholders to document and track your monthly and year-to-date performance for each of the measures aligned to each strategic objective. Next, you're going to document the required target levels you are accountable for achieving, such as industry standards, levels required by your customers, or set internally by your leaders or board members. Next is identify 2 to 3 key challenges, what you believe will make it difficult to achieve the performance measure target levels aligned to each strategic goal and objective. And the final section is to identify 2 to 4 key actions, what you believe are required to overcome each challenge to achieve the performance measure target levels and to, of course, demonstrate achievement of each strategic objective. It's important to remember the one-page strategy scorecard is not intended to be your public-facing document you share with external stakeholders. Instead, it's a tool to organize your key outcomes you're responsible for and a simple method to track your progress at achieving them. Before I share step 2 of the Strategy Execution Pro system, if you would please leave a comment and describe your experience developing a strategic plan within your organization. So describe, what's worked well, what lessons you've learned so others can benefit from your experience. With the completion of your one-page strategy scorecard, next is step 2, strategy execution. This is where you're going to deploy your strategy scorecard by creating department-level scorecards. The other thing you're going to do is you're going to align your key workforce systems, such as your hiring, recognition, training, promotional processes, all towards the achievement of the strategic goals and objectives you're accountable for. If you're responsible for several large departments or service lines, then I would suggest you require each leader who oversees them create their own department-level strategy scorecard by following the exact same process described in step 1, strategy development. It's important to cascade down the exact same strategic goals and objectives that you identified within your one-page strategy scorecard by simply copying them onto the department-level scorecard templates. But within each department-level scorecard, they're going to have unique performance measures, unique challenges, and specific actions that they believe are required to what? Overcome the challenges, achieve the target levels, and demonstrate achievement of the strategic objectives and goals. But if you lead a small team, then I would just keep it simple and create only one strategy scorecard document. But what I would do is I would add additional leading and lagging measures for each department or service line. And finally, step 3, strategy improvement, is where you're going to conduct monthly strategy scorecard review meetings with your team. Now, these meetings should last no longer than 90 minutes, and there's 3 primary objectives. The first is to review your performance outcomes within each of your strategic goals and objectives and determine if you're meeting the required monthly and year-to-date target levels. Second is to celebrate your team's success at meeting your key outcomes. So you're going to want to ask your team, who do you need to contact, and let them know how much you appreciate their hard work and accomplishments. Third is to identify performance measures that are below required target levels, and you're going to ask the leader, who's responsible for that measure, to report out why are they not meeting required target levels, and what are the key root causes, and what process improvement efforts they have implemented to quickly close the performance gaps back above required target levels. There you go, our 3-step strategy execution pro system hundreds of leaders have used to quickly achieve the results they're accountable for. Now, using our system, over 60 clients have been recognized as role model organizations, winning local, state, national, and international awards for performance excellence. In the description section below is a link to download the strategy scorecard Excel document. Of course, you're going to modify it to meet your unique needs based upon your number of strategic goals and objectives that you and your team select. If you found value with the information I present in this video, I would really appreciate it if you would hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. In the description section below, I provided additional links to other video lessons that I absolutely know will help you become a more confident and successful leader by quickly achieving the results you're accountable for.